for making time for being here on a Sunday morning. I mean, you understand, I'm sure a lot more people understand the importance, but I guess some people can't make it sometime, but we will have the recording on the website later. We have, like I said, I would take a moment to really appreciate the fact that the earlier members of the earlier executive committees bothered to put this thing together, spend the time and the energy to do it. It's a really important feature. We have on our panel today Shashank Avdani, who's the CEO of Alive, who are our health tech partners. There he is. And there's Sanjay Nene, who's the principal officer, as I said, of Cap Virgo Broking Insurance, who is the direct link with our insurance company. He's the one who's been answering all the questions that you've been putting to me. So, and I'm Rekha Singh. I'm the honorary treasurer for the present executive committee. So I'm just going to hand it over to Shashank. He'll run you through the workings of the app and what's Alive's role in it, and then on to Sanjay to explain whatever else you need to know about the insurance part of it. Over to you, Shashank. Welcome, and over to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Hello, everyone. I think you should be able to see my screen now. Rekha, can you see the screen?
Yeah. Yes, I can. Can I just say one more thing, Shashank? Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
So what we'll just ask of you, all the participants, is just to keep yourself on mute for the entire presentation, and then we will have. There are certain questions that came in earlier, which will be addressed, and also if you have any other questions after that, there'll be time for that after that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Shashank.
Thanks, Rekha. So, quick introduction. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Alive Health. We are a health technology platform, like Rekha mentioned, and what we are bringing to you is what we call health plans, which are completely reimagined, right? So, what we do is we connect groups. So, in this case, this is the Elsa Alumni Group, to insurers, brokers, and healthcare providers in such a way that the entire life cycle, right from exploring the proposition to asking questions about it, to actually buying it, to claiming your benefits, everything is in one place, which is your Alive Health application or Alive Health website, right? So that's what we do. And then we are already playing a pretty important role in the ecosystem. We serve more than 1.5 million members, so close to 16 lakh customers today. We work with multiple insurance partners. And once you start working with us, typically we work for life, right? In the sense that it's a continuously relevant proposition and platform. We serve more than 700 groups today. We measure happiness score for every transaction. So as of now, our happiness score is 4.7 out of 5. We are a Forbes Asia 100 to watch company and a Dun & Bradstreet trailblazer. So we've been in the market for more than 4 years now. Prior to starting Alive, I actually used to be a partner in the insurance industry at Boston Consulting Group, right? So again, thanks for trusting us with your health insurance program. We work very, very closely with the Elsa office in the sense that only if you're an Elsa member, so we are integrated with the Elsa systems. So only if you're an Elsa member, you can actually access this program. We also work very closely with our broker partner, in this case, Mr. Sanjay Nene, who's the principal officer of Cap Virgo Insurance Broking. We are deeply embedded, integrated with the broker, as well as the insurance company. So in this case, the insurance company is Oriental Insurance, which is a pretty well-regarded public sector insurer. So now just one more page about us, and then we get into the program. Essentially, what's happening out here is the whole concept of how insurance is purchased. So, for example, we pioneered alumni insurance programs in this entire region. That is something that we've sort of reimagined. And this is not just for this kind of a program, but it's being reimagined for corporate programs, for other groups as well. We are reimagining how healthcare is paid for, and especially around outpatient. So with every insurance policy, you have the option to add on one of our plans, which covers you for all your outpatient expenses. I'll talk a little bit about it towards the end of the presentation. We are also reimagining how AI and humans can actually work together to care for you with respect to all your service requests and so on and so forth. And for a large part of our population, which is probably not completely relevant for you, we also offer a multilingual customer experience model, right? So across the board, across the life cycle, how you buy the program, how you pay for it, or how you claim, how we care for you, all of that is covered. I'm not going to go to the videos. That is for some other day. Now, getting straight into your particular program. So essentially there is the core program, which is your hospitalization insurance, which is underwritten by Oriental Insurance Company and brokered by Cap Virgo Insurance Brokers. Alive Health is the platform. In your core program, there are 4 policies. 2 of the policies are for the alumni +3 construct. So what is +3? It's alumna plus spouse plus up to 2 children under the age of 25, right? So it's a family of 4. You can cover up to that. So for those alumni who are not married, they can cover only themselves. That's fine. And the pricing really depends on the number of lives in every family. So the pricing starts at about 4,500 rupees if it's only one person, and can go up to around 40 to 50,000 rupees, depending on the age and depending on the number of lives which are covered. So it's a pretty wide range of pricing. There is a pricing table that the insurance company provides, but you don't have to worry about it because it's all embedded within the Alive calculators, right? The second one for alumni +3 is what is called a top-up policy. A top-up policy basically covers you for any hospitalization which is in excess of the base policy coverage. So anything which is above 5 lakhs up to a sum insured of 15 lakhs. So if you buy both of these covers, what you're essentially getting is a 20 lakh hospitalization cover. For parents or in-laws, so you can't do a mix of the two. It has to be either parents or in-laws. Again, there are 2 policies which are there, which is one is the 5 lakh base policy for parents or in-laws, and the second one is the 10 lakh top-up policy. So for parents or in-laws, you can buy up to a 15 lakh. Now, it is completely up to you whether you want to buy all of these policies or one of these policies. So for example, many of you might be very well covered by your corporates or by yourselves. You're just looking out for cover for your parents. Then you may only buy the parents policy. Many of you may have parents who are already covered. They've already covered themselves up to say 5 lakhs. You can only buy the top-up policy in that case. So anything which is in excess of 5 lakhs, this policy can actually cover. Many of you may have only a base policy from your corporates, or from you may be borrowing coverage from your partner, spouse. So in that case, you can only buy the top-up policy. So the flexibility is completely yours in terms of what you could buy, what you may want to sort of renew. And this is true for renewals as well. Even for renewals, say for example, last year you just bought 2 policies, but this year you want to buy another policy, you can do that, right? So every year there is this kind of flexibility which is there. So one or more of the above policies may be bought. Actually, even none may be bought. So many of you may feel that this program is not for you. So in that case, it's fine. It's completely voluntary, and that's the point. Now, having said that, I'm going to tell you why you should consider these programs. All right. So the first one is waiting periods, right? So this is a common criticism of retail insurance policies. Typically, the waiting periods are 3 years, 4 years. The best retail policies may have a 2-year waiting period, right? But in this case, the waiting period is very, very low. It's 3 months for the alumni. Alumni and families, 3 months. And for the parents, it's 6 months, right? And that too, it is for the first time the life is entering the policy. So if you're already part of the program last year, you've already bought and you're just renewing your program, there is no waiting period which is applicable to you, right? So it's the first year or first time you enter a particular policy, there is a low waiting period, which is there. Okay, so this is the first one. Second is there are no pre-issuance medicals. So for those of us who bought insurance for our parents, we understand this challenge, right? So you go through all the medicals, and more likely than not, the premium is very expensive, or there may be a decline. In this case, you get what you see, in the sense that there are no more steps. You just have to be okay with the premium which is quoted, and there are no pre-issuance medicals and no more hurdles or hoops to cross, right? So the second one. Third is which is very unique to the ELSA program. Actually, there's no cap on entry age. So I think we started off with 80. Now, even above 80, there is a pricing which is there. So there's actually no cap on entry age, which means that as long as you're part of ELSA, you can actually buy this program irrespective of age, irrespective of your parents' age, and so on and so forth, right? And the fourth one is also very important. If you buy the program, you're part of this group, okay, called the Elsa Insurance Group. So typically, the claims experience for a group is much easier than an individual experience. So ultimately, we buy insurance so that we can claim in peace. And because you will be part of the Elsa Insurance Group, you can actually claim in peace. You also get a lot of support from our help desk. So we have multiple support channels. So if you download our app, you can just click on the support icon, chat with us. You can actually register a claim by yourself on the application. And we help you through the entire claim process as far as the live team is concerned. You may also call on our toll free. We are operational between 9 to 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So on a 12-hour window, you can talk to our care guides and get your questions answered. Not only when you're buying this policy, but also when you're claiming, right? So that's a very important type of benefit of buying or getting into this particular program. Having said that, there are a few things that you should know in terms of what are the key points of coverages which are capped and so on and so forth. First of all, the room rent is capped at 10,000 rupees per night, and ICU is capped at 15,000 rupees per night. So in case you check into a room which has a higher rent than this, then there would be a proportionate deduction on the overall claim. So for example, if you check into a room which has room rent at 12,000, so effectively all the deductions will be to that extent at the time of overall claim. So about 15 to 20% of the claim may be deducted, right, when getting paid to you. So ideally, check into a room which is around this figure. Otherwise, there will be a proportionate deduction on the overall claim. That's how insurance works, not just in this policy. The insurance claims works like this across any policy. That's the way insurance industry works. Second one is with respect to treatments around either cosmetic link treatments or or maternity linked treatments and maternity and linked procedures are excluded, which includes all procedures linked to maternity, including IVF and including regular maternity as well, right? So these are excluded from the program. Third is for modern treatments. So there are 12 modern treatments which are there, which includes things like stem cell treatments, robotic surgery, oral chemotherapy. For these 12 modern treatments, there are sublimits or caps which are applicable. And typically the capping is to the extent of about 1 to 2 lakh, depending on the treatment. So even if you have a 15 lakh coverage, if you are undergoing a modern treatment, then your claim would be capped to that extent, right? Any non-medical consumables are excluded. This again, and all of these are pretty standard across insurance policies. This is not specific to this policy, but for example, most insurance policies will not cover any non-medical consumables or food that you eat or registration fees and so on and so forth. That will not be covered. Finally, OPD treatments which are connected with hospitalization during that hospitalization window, that can be claimed in this policy. Now, if there are OPD treatments which are completely disconnected with hospitalization, that can be covered with a separate add-on purchase while you're purchasing this core policy. So I'll come to that in a bit, but these are the key exclusions or key points that you need to keep in mind while opting in or out of this policy. Like I said, the entire experience is on Alive, so you can explore what the product offers. You can download the detailed policy document, term sheet from the journey. You can purchase right on the platform, and you can claim on the platform as well. So for the entire life cycle, you can rely on us to give you a great experience, right? Now for the term sheet for this year, the final one is expected, I think tomorrow or day after. And then once we get the term sheet, we'll set up this module for you. But I'll just like to, quickly share with you what it looks like in terms of the last year's term sheet, right? So that you're aware when you get it, what will you get? So I'm just sharing my screen again. So typically the term sheet will have a cover note this way, and it will also have a detailed policy document, which is documenting all the inclusions, exclusions, etc. But the cover note is the main document that you need to look at, and this is coming straight from the Oriental Insurance office's hand, right? So if you look at this, it covers whatever I mentioned. So typically, like the detailed policy document will have a waiting period of 24 months or 48 months, like I mentioned, but this is waived off for this group. So it's an important cover note, where the cover note actually trumps or overrules the detailed policy, and these clauses are very important. So it's waived off. However, there would still be a 3-month waiting period for alumni and 6 months waiting period for parents. So this is exactly what I mentioned. So this is already there in black and white in the cover note. Then I also mentioned your room rent limits, ICU expense limit, any OPD connected to hospitalization for a window of about 90 days, 30 days pre and 60 days post is actually covered. There is no co-payment. So that is another good thing in this program. There is no co-payment. Dental and maternity expenses, like I said, are not covered. Family size, I've mentioned that, and so on and so forth. Now, along with this cover note, what you get is the pricing also in this manner. So this year's pricing will be a little different. Maybe in some of the programs, depending on the claim ratio, there is a discount the insurance company can provide. In some of the policies, there could be inflation based on the loss ratio, the claim ratio, and typically it's between a minus 15% to a plus 15% range. But just to help you walk through this, these are the premiums for per life. So for somebody who's single and say 30, the base policy costs about 4,500 rupees. But if you have a family, then for the lives of the family, there is additional premium. So I'm not going to get into too much detail here. The Alive module, once you actually punch in the details of the lives and dates of birth, etc., the module will give you the pricing. For the top up, there are pricing mentioned, and again, like I said, I think the top up policy has done fairly well in terms of loss ratios. So we might be able to secure a discount on this, and Sanjay from Cap Virgo will sort of is working on this, and will sort of share this kind of a term sheet early in the coming week. So I just want to show you what it looks like in terms of the document from the insurance company, and this document will be available to you in this journey, right? So you'll be given a URL. You'll typically log into Elsa home, and from there is a integrated redirection, and you will land up on the Alive module, which will allow you to explore, purchase, access, and claim, right? Last point is that once you're about to pay, so if you opt for the core product, which is the hospitalization policies, you also have the option to add on an Alive OPD plan. So what does this OPD plan cover? It covers pretty much many use cases which typically happen to most of us outside of a hospital and outside of a hospitalization, right? So we might have doctor consultations which occur to us and our family, so that is covered. Dental care is covered, prescribed diagnostics is covered, prescribed medicines are covered, and additionally, an annual health checkup at home is covered. And depending on the plan that you purchase, this can be covered for everybody in the family, self, spouse, 2 children, 2 parents, or a subset of that, right? Now the idea is, for such a cover, you get discounted access. So for example, a 20,000 wallet actually costs about 9,500 to 10,000, so half the price, right? And this is how the wallet and the sub wallets look like. In addition to this, there could be other programs around fitness and preventive. So you can buy a Cult Fit Elite Pass at about 45% discount. You can buy plans for your household health and so on. So depending on the group and depending on the configuration, you will have options to add on tests, whether it's a comprehensive outpatient plan or an annual health checkup or something like a Cult Fit Elite Pass. Once you add on, you can pay for the entire thing in one go, the core product of hospitalization as well as the add-on plans. And you can also access all of the benefits just on Alive app itself, right? So if you buy an OPD plan, we've actually enabled scan and pay. So you can actually walk into your doctor's office, your family doctor's office, or your favorite hospital or provider. You can scan the UPI QR code out there, and your OPD wallet actually gets debited. So that's the kind of new age experience you can get if you add on an Alive Health plan. So that's it. I think a lot of the time I did spend on the core program, which is to do with your hospitalization, which is, I guess, what interests all of you or most of you. But you can also consider an add-on plan when you come onto the platform. So I'll just take a pause here and see if there are any questions. I'd also like to welcome Sanjay to address any queries that you may have, especially on the policy. I can address any query that you may have on the process, the journey, the add-on plan, and so on and so forth. That is something that I'm happy to answer.
I had a question. My name is Nupur, and I wanted to check if there is any caveat for a pre-existing condition. So for maybe a diabetic hypertensive, what are the caveats there?
Sanjay, would you like to take the questions?
Yeah, hi, this is Sanjay here. So to answer your query, this is Urmila, right?
No, that's Nupur.
Nupur. So as Shashank has already explained, for pre-existing conditions, there's a waiting period. and the waiting period is very small. It's only for 6 months for parents and 3 months for if you happen to be the member of the community. So it's just a 3 and a 6 months waiting period, after which you get covered for any pre-existing condition.
Thank you.
Hi, I have quite a few questions actually. If you can just, there's one thing about the room rent or caveat that you had in the policy, where if you have a higher room rent than what the policy covers, there will be a proportionate deduction in the claims. If you could explain that a little bit more, that would be really good.
So this question is
एक पैंट ले आएंगे काली वाली और एक ये शर्ट ले आएंगे. शर्ट बड़ी वाली कौन सी, उसका क्या साइज है?
Could everybody else mute?
Yeah. I think this, if everybody can go on mute, that'll be great.
Yeah, everybody on mute, please, so we can answer the question, please.
So I can take a stab at it, and Sanjay, if you
Please,
want to
Shashank,
add.
go ahead.
So essentially, what happens, the way hospitals bill us, and that's been the practice since many years, is the billing is actually dependent on the room tariff, right?
Yes.
So, for example, if the room, if it's a shared room, it's
if I can be more specific so that it helps you to answer, I was actually worried about the ICU rates, because I know that there are lots of things where the ICU prices can go really high. Even if it's for a couple of nights or something, sometimes it's 15,000 seemed a little low to me, because I know that there are ICU rates which are much higher than that. And I was like, in such a situation, you can't really sort of, you don't have an option. If the doctor sort of says you need a more intensive ICU, you go for it, right? So that's what I was asking you about, that, if that happens, then exactly how is that deducted from the claim?
Yeah, so I think there are two questions in your question. One is, how does this work? What is proportionate deduction? I can answer that. Second is, I think you're basically also saying that 15,000 for an ICU is low, right?
Kind of.
It's more of a, so the second one, I'll come to that. I think the first one is, it's pretty simple math. So depending on how much more expensive the tariff of your check-in is, for example, if it's 15%
the difference
more
you
expensive.
mean?
Yeah.
The difference in tariff.
Difference in tariff and per night, and that is the proportionate deduction that the insurer would do when the claim is at their desk, right?
So that difference is deducted, basically. That's what you mean.
Correct. So that
So
difference.
just to add to what Shashank is saying, is basically, Urmila, what happens is that whenever you get into a category of a room, all the related expenses are based on that particular category, be it consultant's fees, be it anesthesiologist fees, be it the operation theater fees, so on and so forth.
Right.
Means even if supposing you are in a, let's say, a ward, and a consultant comes, he may charge you 1,000 rupees. But if you are in a private room, he may charge you 2,000 rupees. Now, supposing you have taken a plan which is for a ward, and then you, for whatever reasons, you shift into a private room. So the fees of the ward is proportionately deducted from your private room fees. So that is why the amount which is paid to the or reimbursed is smaller than what actually otherwise it would be.
Okay, understood. So then if the second part can be addressed, that, ICU, cap at 15,000 seems a little low, especially for a policy where parents are covered, 80 plus age. I myself have had experience of this, and I know that ICU prices can be a lot higher than 15,000. So that's another thing that I just wanted to mention.
Yeah. So look, when we started this program, I think Sanjay obviously what do the customers want? What do all of us want is no limits, right? So no limits on IC or no limits on room. But then given that this is a completely voluntary program, the insurance company is not willing to provide something without any limit, right? I think the best that Sanjay could do, and given and there's a lot which goes on here. So for example, if the number of subscribers this year is much higher than say last year, then since Sanjay has a little more negotiation power or negotiation chips at his disposal.
Understood. So yeah, that
So
would be a great
it's a tight rope.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, thank you for answering that. If I can ask some of the other questions I had, some simple ones like this policy would cover hospitalization across most of the major cities in the country. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Great. And is there a possibility that if we are buying a policy for only our parents and then and not the base policy or the top-up policy for hospitalization for the alumni, we can sort of buy a OPD cap-up policy for only the alumni and family? Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible. So you
Okay.
can do that.
Okay, great.
Can
And
I just
sorry.
can I just interject for a second?
Yeah.
When you finish your questions, after that, could whoever has a question raise a hand, and then we can take them after this lot of questions. There are some people who are raising hands. If anybody who has a question raises a hand, we'll then take them in sequence. Go ahead.
Yeah, my last question basically so far is there a cap up? Is there a cap to the OPD option that is there? That since there's a cap with most everything, is there a cap to the OPD policy that we can get? And what is the claim process over there? Like if there's a waiting period of 3 months for the hospitalization, how much is it for the OPD?
Yeah, so there are. So I'll quickly walk you through that particular page just for the benefit of everybody, right? So the entire OPD program is run using what is called wallets. All right.
Okay.
So if there is a 20,000 wallet that you select, right?
Achha, that's up to us. How much wallet? What is the wallet that we
Yeah, that's up to you. So I think it starts at 10,000, then it can go up to 40, 50,000 that we will configure for you.
Okay.
Now, each wallet also has some sub wallets. So if you look at this page, doctor consultation is a 10,000 sub wallet, right?
Right.
Whereas a dental is 5,000 and so on. And it is defined for every plan in that manner. Now, how do you access this is, I'll just walk you through one video, and then this will show you how easy it is to access this. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So it's happens then and there, and there's no sort of wait period or anything like that. This is great. Okay.
So
understood.
just 1 second. Yeah, it's that simple. So as you could see, this was a 20-second video.
Right.
And it's that simple. So basically what we have essentially done is we have connected the UPI infrastructure country with the OPD wallets. That's it.
Right. Understood. Thank you so much.
Okay, I have a few questions, Shashank and Sanjay, on the chat, which are quick ones. So I'll do that, and then the people who've raised their hands, I'll take them one by one. Can you just wait? So there are requests. Can you see the chat too, both of you?
Yeah, I can help you run through that. Maybe right from.
Is there a cap on cataract treatment?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi. So is there any cap on cataract treatment? Sanjay, would you want to take that up?
There is a cap on a cataract treatment. So just for the benefit of all who have joined, this particular policy is under an agreement called GIPSA PPN. So basically what happens is Oriental has tied up with a lot of TPAs as well as the end providers, which are the hospitals, to ensure that the lowest possible tariff is negotiated with. And everything under this particular program falls under that particular tariff. So on that front, there is definitely a cap on the cataract, but at the same time, there are advantages also, because there are some procedures which get cheaper because of this particular arrangement which Oriental has with most of the hospitals they engage with. But in short, there is a cap of 40,000 rupees on a cataract operation.
Yeah, so 40,000 rupees per eye is the cap on the cataract treatment. Next one was, can an existing insurance be ported to Alive? See, this is a group program. So typically the porting concept is for the individual policy. So what we typically advise everybody is that if you have some good individual insurance programs running, please don't stop that, right? It may be a little more expensive. Please don't stop that, because today the data from our own platform says that for many disease conditions, the claims, the expenses are increasing year after year, right? So please don't stop existing policies. You may just want to add on and make your portfolio a little more comprehensive through this program instead of trying to port or stop. Okay. So that's the answer to Vibha. I think Harsha's iPhone, what about coverage for continuous treatment like dialysis? Yes, that is covered. That dialysis, multiple sittings of dialysis, etc., is covered in the policy. Then there is a special needs consultation and related hospitalization. So I don't understand exactly what the special need is. Maybe if Harsha, you may want to explain the question to Sanjay. He may be able to address that.
Harsha, would you like to explain?
Yeah. Hi, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was essentially asking about a couple of mental illnesses kind of issues, if autism or schizophrenia consultation, and if any consequent hospitalization becomes incumbent, would that be covered?
So Sanjay, I think yeah, Sanjay,
Yeah.
go on.
You want to take this or?
No, you should take it. I was just
yes.
coming.
So a lot of what you say health issues which concern the mental capabilities are covered under this policy. But if you tell me what exactly you are looking for, because there are exclusions as well, Harsha.
Right.
So if you can exactly tell me what is it that you want covered, I can definitely offline help you there. Because whenever we talk of any group insurance or any health insurance policies, there are n number of exclusions. And those exclusions get very complicated to just tell whether they can be covered or they cannot be covered. So yes, health issues are covered, mental health is covered, but what exactly may get covered or may not get covered gets a little difficult or a little tricky to say offline, like means to be say yes, it will be covered or it cannot be covered. So maybe as a case basis, if you share some details with you with me, you can take my number from Rekha. I will definitely help you.
Right. I think that would be fine. I would not want to get into more details here on the group.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Can I go next?
Yeah, go, Suki.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hi,
listen.
Suki.
Hi, Shashank. Hi, Sanjay. Here, I have two questions and then one thing to say. The questions are both about this OPD, and that is that did I hear you saying that you can also cover domestic worker?
Yeah. We launched a plan recently. Basically, for 3,000 rupees plus GST, you can cover a domestic help for up to 35,000 rupees. It covers 10,000 rupees of OPD and 25,000 rupees of a hospitalization cover also, right? So you can sort of opt for it. Again, these are all opt-in add-ons basically.
Okay.
On
So
the Alive app.
Yeah. Okay. And then did I hear you say that if you take a I thought so. This is why I'm confused, because I think you said that if you take a policy, then as an add-on you can do OPD. But then I also
Yeah.
heard you tell somebody else that without taking the main policy, you can take the as an add-on. So how does that work?
No. So typically the add-on comes literally when you're about to pay for the main policy, right? But what we also do is after the window is closed and all of that also, whoever has come, so there are many people who come explore the product but don't purchase, right? Don't purchase anything. So we still give them another 15 days if they want to buy only an add-on after the core window is shut, right? But the journey is that you will first of all have to be an Elsa member, number one. Number two, you will have to come on to the module, right? So that we know you're interested at least. And then this module is towards the very end of when you're just about to pay, you can actually add on a live plan. And because we know, okay, say for example, if 100 people are interested, only 70 bought the hospitalization cover, the remaining 30 also we do check with them one last time before we end the window to say, okay, you seem to be interested. Are you interested or not? That way.
Okay, and then the one more thing is that you can, I mean, if you take this add-on also, you
Yeah.
can actually use it like like you have a gazillion hospitals covered under the main plan. You can
Yeah.
use this anywhere. Like, so for example, if you were to
Yeah.
take your domestic worker to your own, to like local doctor, it's the process allows you to cover that as well.
Correct. For
Okay.
the domestic health one, you can go OPD like your own doctor. It covers dental also, covers pharmacy, right?
Okay.
Because see, this segment, the reason why we introduced it, this segment actually needs the coverage more than any of us. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also, second last thing is that there's no news as yet, right, about the government reducing the GST on insurance.
yeah, it's still the same. So it's still 9%.
Okay, listen, and then before I let you guys go, the last thing I want to tell everybody is that I heard Shashank saying about the time of support, that 9 to 9 thing. But I just wanted to share that when I was there, they actually went far away and beyond, because we had one of our Elsas who got into big time trouble in Pune, like from 11:30 in the night, and didn't know what to do because the hospital wasn't, sort of helping. And their team did, we actually called somebody in the team at 11:30 in the night, and then they intervened, and this Elsa got coverage and the support and everything she needed. So just wanted to say a big thank you to you guys. You're just terrific. Like,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Okay, Suki, any more questions?
No, I'm done.
Okay, done. Okay, thanks. Thanks for your questions. Also, actually covers a lot of the things that people have been asking. So I'll just stay on the chat for 2 minutes. We just have a couple of questions there, Shashank.
Yeah,
And
I'll just go through
Sanjay.
it. Yeah,
Anji.
yeah, Rekha. So I think Ratna is asking if I took only top up last year and have not made a claim, and this year I want to take base as well. Will 3-month waiting period still remain? See, what happens, Ratna, is that the waiting period is policy specific. Now, this year, if you're renewing your top up, there will not be a waiting period. But since you're taking the base policy for the first time, there will be a 3-month waiting period for you. Okay. So it is policy specific and not person specific. So if you're entering, any life is entering a policy for the first time, there is going to be a 3-month or a 6-month waiting period. So that is the rule that the insurance company has established. Okay. So I think
Room rent is 15K. The cap is 10.
No, it
Seema.
doesn't work that way. Seema, it doesn't work that way. Basically, the proportionate deduction, it's around 14% of the total value which otherwise you would pay.
How
It
much?
doesn't mean that if you have a 50, it's in the range of 14 to 15% of the total deductions which will be made. It's not that if you are in a means room rent of 15K and then there's a cap of 10, you will get only 2/3. It doesn't work in that manner. It works in a way that the rooms are defined. Now,
Okay.
supposing you have a room which is single AC private, or then you get into a suite.
Yeah.
And the rent, it could be anything. It could be 20,000, it could be 30,000, it could be 12,000. It is not that it gets proportionally deducted as 30% of that. There is a cap. I think so. That's around 15%. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I can get back to you on.
Could you please? Because
Yeah,
my experience just now is that my daughter was hospitalized, and their insurance was 5,000 room rent cap, and they got only 1/3 for everything.
Oh, so, I'll get back to you on that.
Within this policy?
I don't know. It was my son-in-law's policy.
So it's a different policy. Okay.
It's a different policy. It's not this. But what I'm saying is that I want to understand this. Does it make sense to them? Because rooms are expensive.
Yep. So Sanjay will give us a little extended
I will
on
get
that
back.
later, right? We'll update Seema on a slightly more detailed thing of that later, because it might be difficult to explain it here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. We have Addy.
Hi.
Addy?
This is Aditi. Hi.
Aditi, okay, hi.
No, that's okay. I've written Aditi there, so I guess that's okay. So, quick 2-3 questions I have. You said something about pre-existing conditions earlier. So I just need a clarity on that because I missed your answer. So if you could just explain that again, what's the policy's take on pre-existing conditions? Do you want me to say?
There's just a 3-month waiting period for the first time you enter the policy.
Okay.
For alumni, spouse, and 2 children, 3-month waiting period. It could be pre-existing conditions are okay. You can enter the program, but there's going to be a 3-month waiting period. And if parents have a pre-existing condition, then it's a 6-month waiting period for the first time they enter a policy, right? So that's about it.
Got it. Okay.
Can I add something here?
Yeah, please. Yeah, Rekha.
Shashank, can I just?
Yeah, sure.
So it seems like it's 6 months on pre-existing. Firstly, if I just like to emphasize that when you do a group, one thing is that we are just taking it as a group and nobody is declaring their pre-existing. 6 months is actually it's like it's like such a negligible amount to wait, because normally on a retail you have like 2 years, 3 years, and you might not even be accepted with pre-existing diseases. So I just a note there to highlight the difference between that and a group and maybe the importance. That's all.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Sorry, I have another couple of questions. You said that you would advise keeping the old medical aid policy and add this to that. Is there any specific reason you said that? How does that work? I already have one.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm saying that, because see, if you maintained a history of no claims,
yes,
typically, right, that is of very high value in the industry when you actually have to claim, because then the likelihood of the policy actually giving you a good experience, giving your claim is much higher. And therefore, and this is obviously not related to this program. This is a generic advice that if you're maintaining some policies since many years, please stick to that. A lot of people I see are trying to port into other retail policies also. It may not be worthwhile, right? Because the history maintained with an insurance company actually matters a lot.
Yeah.
Got it.
I second that.
Taking a new medical aid policy, let's say for the instance, this one, the group one, which I take, should be an add-on and will I mean, once I'm just trying to understand how I would be able to use it if I already have
It'll be an add-on. It'll be an add-on. So the insurance framework is they work like Lego blocks. So it'll add on to anything that you have today.
Got it.
These coverages will add on, and typically people in this room, we need at least a 50 lakh to 1 crore cover today.
Yes.
Today's
Got it.
so that's why I recommend that you add on.
All right, lovely. And the last question you added about, you said about house help, because that's what I want to do, but that was answered. But you said that the amount was 35,000 for the house help. I think
Correct.
that's a bit tad low if you're taking her to the same hospital that one is going to, and not going to a government hospital, etc., etc. So is there a possibility that we raise that amount through our own existing, I mean, if there's a top up for that, because I want to get that done.
Yeah. Right now, that's what it is. So it's a 10,000 OPD and 25,000 hospitalization cover at 2,500 per day. So at the moment, this is the coverage. We are looking to launch a more, I would say, more comprehensive version of this. It will be, of course, more expensive as well. But as of now, this is what it is. And the way we've looked at this is that for OPD, it gives you pretty much, they can go to any doctor, any this thing. It covers them up to 10,000. But for hospitalization, we have not yet looked at the house help going to the same hospitals as us. Maybe we should do that. That's good feedback. But right now, we've looked at it as a bare minimum hospitalization coverage, to be honest. That's what we have right now.
Got it. So when you do update it, it'll sort of come to us that option.
We are very poor marketeers, but we'll try.
No, because with 35,000 is, you would agree, too crazy. I mean, in case there's something
I would agree.
that is
Yes, we'll also make sure that it gets it gets sent out from our side also.
So we'll
okay, I'm going to go back to the chat again. Let's just finish those questions once, and then we'll come back. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
So an existing thing we've already covered. I think
Himali is asking whether epilepsy is covered. See, my understanding is psychiatric treatments where there is hospitalization, they are covered. For OPD per se, the Oriental policy may not cover. And if you buy an OPD add-on, the OPD it will be covered to that extent, right? But Sanjay, you can you may want to take this also.
Yes, so means epilepsy gets covered, but again, it has to be done through a psychiatrist, and there is a proper definition laid down, Himali, what exactly, what sort of mental conditions are covered in this particular policy. At times, it gets a little confusing as well, because the way they are structured, it's not very easy to interpret, but suffice it to say this condition is covered. But as Shashank has rightly said, OPD will not get covered. It's only inpatients which gets covered.
I see. So hospitalization for an epileptic, when an epileptic attack occurs, is covered.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Also, do you cover injuries sustained during war? This is nothing to do with the question.
Yes, so war is never covered under any insurance. So once the government says that there is a war declared or close to a war-like situation, all insurances get suspended. No insurance covers anything during a period which is defined as war.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think Urmila, so after this meeting, what is the next step? So next step is we receive the final term sheet from the insurance company. That will be configured onto the Alive platform. So this typically takes anywhere between 2 and 4 days. And once that is done, then we are ready to go live. The Elsa office will actually communicate to everybody that this is now live. Existing members can sign into Elsa and sort of access the program. If there are LSR alum who are not members, then they'll have to become members to access the program. So that's the next step. Now the purchase window, and it's good that you asked this, and maybe I should have covered this. The purchase window is typically about a week to 10 days. So you have week to 10 days to kind of learn about the program and purchase it. If you're renewing the program, you probably already know about the program, so you can renew it much faster. But for those of you who are purchasing for the first time, there's going to be a purchase window of 7 to 10 days. We typically need about 2 or 3 days to reconcile everything. The funds are deposited directly to the insurance company's account. And once the funds are deposited on the date of the start of coverage, I think it's 1st of July, it is live, right? The program is live. So those are the next steps. The immediate next step is really, you can look forward to opening of the purchase window, which is typically for about a week to 10 days, right? Okay, so
there's a
yeah.
question
Can we take
on age 70 and above and uses BP medication. Yes, you are eligible for this cover.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Binaisha here.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Just a question. The current program is there. How many people are a part of it? Just indicatively for me to know.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what was
Sanjay,
that again?
I think Sanjay has the stats. How many people are part of the current?
Very low number. Just around 170 lives are covered today.
170. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the question of multiple policies, so in like I too have my own private policy, and then if I take this on, is there I can claim on either of the policies as per my choice,
Yes,
right?
you can claim on either. You can claim on both as well.
Both. Okay. And there regarding OPD, it can be any OPD at any hospital/doctor, or are there any predefined places where you have to go for the OPD? So this is not OPD we can claim even if there's no hospitalization. Did I understand that correct?
Correct. So if you buy an OPD plan, you can go to any doctor anywhere. That is okay. But when it comes to say dental, that's the only place where we have about 4,000 dentists on the platform. We typically encourage you to come to us first. In case you have an alternate preference, right? You can go there. So for any OPD, you'll have to open the Alive app first and then go. For the doctors, for the doctors, you can actually walk into any doctor's office anywhere. As long as they accept UPI, you're good.
Okay. Okay, understood. Thank you.
Viji, would you like to go on?
Thank you so much. I got in a little late, but this is really very, very useful. Two questions. One is, what is the age limit for Elsa for this policy? Because I'm one of the dinosaurs here, so I wanted to know. And the other is, I work with cancer patients, and I have a very large group of leukemia patients. They run into thousands, literally thousands. And we've been looking for, somebody who'd help us and who'd guide the patients. And I'm so happy with the way Shashank and Sanjay, both of you, have conducted this. And we've had such wonderful feedback about the policy, about what you do for Elsa. So I wanted to know, I don't know, this is not the forum, but maybe if I could have an email or maybe I can take it from Rekha, I can take it from you, and I would like to do that.
Yes,
but please tell me the age limit. Please tell me the age limit. I'm 73.
You'll be covered, Vijay. Thanks for that. Actually, this program doesn't have age limit. So
perfect. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, Rekha and Suki. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Viji, for your question. I don't think there are any hands up now. Any questions left on the chat?
Rekha, there's
Anybody
one question on insulin. So there's no caveat on using insulin. It covers everything.
That's what the beauty. That's what I mentioned about not even asking about your pre-existing. So all these are pre-existing diseases, and they get covered. You just have a very short waiting window.
Hi, Rekha. I have a question because there were certain exclusions for the 70 to 80. Because with those pre-existing, it was stated you can't join the program. One of those was something to do with the cardiovascular diseases. So I want to know, if you're on BP medication, can you join?
Yes, it's fine. You can join.
Where was it mentioned that you can't join? I just curious.
Somewhere in the policy terms that were indicated. So I don't remember exactly where. So thank you for the clarification.
Yeah. You can join, no worries. Then I think if I just go through the chat quickly, in terms of pre-existing conditions, is CAH covered? So typically all pre-existing conditions are covered. If you can just elaborate on CAH, Sonal, that will, it'll help Sanjay answer the question correctly.
Hi, it is congenital adrenal hyperplasia. Just wanted to check if that is covered because in most of the policies that's excluded.
I'll have to get back to you on that, Sonal.
Okay.
So let me have a look at what exactly the policy covers, because it's a big document. I'll not be able to recall it offhand. But
Abu,
yes, I think through
should we call
Rekha, I can
Sidhu?
definitely get back to you.
Sidhu?
And got it.
How? Shall I call Sidhu?
I think, can everybody go on mute? I think there's somebody who's got their microphone on. Okay, and there's in group insurance, the parents do, if the policy still hold if one partner passes away.
The parents' policy will hold, right? If the partner passes away, that hold. Parents' policy will hold. That is not this thing. So I'm assuming that you're talking about the partner passing away. Says once partner passes away, the parents' policy will hold.
So it says in group insurance for parents, which is does the policy still hold if one partner passes away? Which you're saying yes it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I think there are a few people asking for the term sheet to be shared. I think once the term sheet is finalized, when you're purchasing, so even before you make the payment in the first or second screen itself, the term sheet with the detailed policy document will be there in your journey, right? So that is something that is there. In addition to that, when you are purchasing, you always have access to the Alive help desk. You can ask them any questions before purchasing as well. So you can go through the term sheet in detail before you make a decision. Okay. I think a person's aged 70 and above using BP medication, we covered that. What are the renewal dates for existing members? I think it's July 1st, right? Sanjay, Rekha, if you could.
It's 1st of July.
1st of July is when the policy starts, basically, or resumes.
So last date of payment is 30th June, right?
No. So because we need at least 2 to 4 days to reconcile. So typically before 25th June, we'll have to close the entire window. At the very, very very extreme, right? So typically we would request for a window closure about 21st, 22nd June, so that we have enough buffer, including weekends and so on and so forth. But in case we need to extend till about 23, 24 June, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll try. Basically, you should pay your premiums ideally before the 21st, 22nd, because it needs to be reconciled at the back end. That's what you're saying, right?
Correct. It has to be frozen. We have to share the entire list of purchases with Sanjay, with the insurance company.
Yes.
The fund transfer has to be till the last paisa reconciled, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
So the way it works for everybody's benefit, no funds get settled in Alive's account. We are just the platform. The funds are held with the payment gateway pool, and it gets settled with the insurance company just before the due date, right? So that's the way this works.
Yep. And then there's one question that the consequent to that one about the parent partner. What if the Elsa who's holding the plan passes away?
Yeah, so this is typically an alumni association decision, Rekha. So many of the other alumni association, for the purpose of this program, they deem the members as alum, the surviving partner as alum, because there are situations where the alum may pass away, in which case what happens to the family is the main concern. So it's completely an Elsa decision. If you want to sort of deem the surviving spouse or partner as an Elsa member also for the purpose of this program, then it's completely up to Elsa, right? That's the way it works in reality.
So at the moment, now I'm asking you a question. So at the moment, we don't have that provision. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure. I think
We'll have to check that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to check that. You'll have to check that. See, it depends also on how some paperwork may be needed, etc. Where you document this kind of a thing, so that in the future, if a question is raised, you have the minutes to show, right? So typically you need that as
Rekha,
as
I can tell you we don't have that provision written in our memorandum or bylaws.
So we'll look at that. We'll have to look at it, I guess, and
Yeah.
discuss it with the EC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That seems to have covered most of the questions. What's the max coverage? Is 5 lakhs base and 10 lakhs top up, right?
15 lakhs for members and 10 lakhs for parents.
Yeah, 15 lakhs top up for members.
Effectively, it is total 20 lakh if you buy both the base and top up, right, for the members. And for the parents, it's a total of 15 lakh.
Yeah. Great.
So what
Any
do
other
we do
questions?
now? That's my question. What do we do now? If we want to sign up, how do we go about it?
Yeah. You'll have to wait for the term sheet and Elsa office's communication to all of you. You will receive the communication in a couple of days.
So yeah, so we're still Sanjay is still negotiating the premiums. He's trying to get discounts and things. So that should be done, I think, by another couple of days. Sanjay, you
This is
said
by Tuesday, Rekha. Means
by
maximum Tuesday is what I think.
Tuesday. Yeah. So once we have the final numbers, then we'll put out a notification right away, and then the window will be open for joining or for renewing.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Great.
Hi, may I ask a question, please?
Sure.
Supposing I take the base and top up from your plan, that means 20 lakhs. And I have another base policy of, say, that's individual base policy of 5 lakhs. So supposing there is a claim of total 25 lakhs if I get hospitalized. So what is the procedure? I first, I submit the papers to both the providers simultaneously. How does it go?
So Himali, what will happen is, what you can do is the first port of call will be your Oriental policy where you get, let's say, 20, which could be cashless as well. And the rest 5 would generally be reimbursement, because if you have a retail plan from means insurance company, and the TPS may be very different. So for that, you'll have to put in a reimbursement claim.
I see. Thank you.
Hi, Rekha. May I ask a question too?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hi, Shashank. Thank you for doing this for us. My question is, I'm already an existing member, and I enrolled my dad when he was 79. So just a clarification, I can enroll him this year too, no? He's 80 plus.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a continuing thing for him, no?
So no, yeah. Thanks a ton.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Great. Any more questions? Okay. We seem to be. Viji, you can see the chat, na? Shashank, Viji and all have asked for your email contact, so you guys will pass it on to them.
It'll be great if anybody who wants mine or Sanjay's email, I think it'll be great if you write to Elsa, like Rekha can help, because I'll not know their exact. I think it'll be useful to come from you, Rekha, right?
Yeah, sure. So if you can, yeah, sure. If you can send me the request, and then I'll get it actioned or whatever needs to be done on that. Is that okay with everyone?
Email is better and easier because
email is better. Okay.
It's easier to track the context through email. Yeah.
Yes, true. Okay, great. So I think we've sort of seems to have answered everything. Thanks so much to all of you for being there, and big thanks to Shashank and Sanjay. I can say for sure that they've been like Suki had said, It's 9 to 9, but if you really want to reach out to them, they do help. I have many instances that I can't remember anything right now because I didn't write it down. But they're a great team to back us up. And I would again say that I'm really thankful to the earlier members of the earlier ECs to have put this together, to have bothered, to have put it together. There was a lot of trouble. So if all of you who are already subscribing, also your own networks, because we as Elsas, we send out mails, but if it's somebody in your own circle, if you could just pass on the message that we even have it. A lot of Elsas don't know that, and it's actually a very, very big part of our the service we are trying to do towards alumni. That'll be wonderful. We're very thankful. Thank you guys, for all of you, for being here, and have a great Sunday.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Sutan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.